Good morning, everyone. You are very welcome to Intercultural Development Program information webinar. And my name is Linda. I'm the program leader, and I will be spending 30 minutes with you guys this morning. So I've noticed that there's still students coming in at the moment. So we will just give it maybe 1 or 2 minutes just to let everybody come in, and then we will start. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Linda Yang. I'm the Intercultural Development Program Leader at Michael Smurfit Graduate Business School. And thank you so much for joining us this morning at this webinar. And we will be spending maybe around 30 minutes together. I will be giving you some insight in terms of Intercultural Development Program, okay? So let me just start. Now, right, so if you would like to connect with me on social media, especially LinkedIn, and this is how you can find me, okay? Dr. Linda H. Yang, all right? So I'm on LinkedIn, and feel free to add me on LinkedIn and maybe send me a message in terms of how we met. We actually met, you know, at Smurfit School open day, right, guys? Okay, so feel free to add me on LinkedIn, and I hope to see some of you guys at Smurfit School in the coming academic year. Now, so in addition to myself, obviously, talking about ICD program, and I'm delighted to actually join together with three of our really outstanding current students, okay? So we have David, Lucy, and Ilkem. Now, guys, can you please turn on your camera and briefly introduce yourself? You know, ladies first. Shall we start with Ilkem and then Lucy and David?
Sure. Hi, everyone. It's Ilkem from Turkey, and I'm doing an MSc in Digital Marketing at UCD.
Hi everyone, my name is Lucy. I'm from County Clare. I'm currently studying MSc in Marketing.
How's it going, everybody? My name is David. I'm currently studying for a Master's in Management Consultancy.
Okay, very good. And David, David is from Dublin in Ireland. And also, guys, you forgot to tell everyone you are in the ICD Student Committee, aren't you? Right? So, what is your role in ICD Student Committee?
Myself and Lucy are on the events team.
Okay.
And me, I'm head of the communication.
Okay, perfect. So guys, I'm going to give you some more information in terms of the ICD Students Committee later on, okay? For someone, like if you're really interested in getting involved in extracurricular activities and make some really real impact over here, okay? Now, so I'm going to give you a little bit more information in terms of that. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Now let's continue, all right? So what is ICD then? What is ICD? What is Intercultural Development Program, okay? Now, in a nutshell, Intercultural Development Program, ICD is a professional development program, okay? It's a professional development program, and it's a high in demand and well-established program in Smurfit since 2018. So this year is the 3rd year, all right? Now, next year, when you come in, it will be the fourth year. And the purpose of the program is really to prepare you to succeed in a global workplace, all right? If you think about it, you're business students, and you know, business is very globalized, yeah? No matter what companies you're gonna work for, you know, you're gonna end up probably working with people from a different cultural backgrounds or serving clients from, you know, different cultural backgrounds. So really to prepare you to succeed in a global workplace. And it's kind of, you know, to invest in yourself for your future, right? And it's non-credit bearing. So it's a co-curricular program, but it's a professional development program, okay? And at the same time, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask the questions in Q&A, okay? So I can, you know, there is time to answer your question at the end of the information webinar. Now, so ICD is the first, okay? It's the first and only in Ireland, which means that no other schools offer this kind of program to their students. And the business school, Smurfit School, is the first and only school that offers this systematic program, okay? And it's theory-based, research-driven and systematic development of your key 21st century skills, all right? To help you, to prepare you to succeed in a global workplace. Now, so what are the key benefits then? I mean, why, you know, one-year master's degree students are very busy and you need to be selective in terms of how you spend your time, right? Now, so why? What are the key benefits then? First of all, ICD is designed to develop your key 21st century skills, okay? It's a self-development, you know, and also it's really an investment in your personal growth, okay? You grow as a person, whether you actually, socializing well, work well, and grow as a person. And also it actually contributing really positively to your academic performance. In particular, in Smurfit School, for the business school, business students, you work in groups a lot, I can tell you, and a lot of them are graded, okay? So if you want to get higher mark, which means that you need to work more effectively in teams, in groups, okay? So ICD is designed to help you with that as well. Lastly, is to really, really kind of give you a competitive edge in terms of your employability from, let's say, from the interview, from getting the interview and during the interview, right? And according to this year's ICD annual student survey, because we do annual student survey all the time, and we have got, I'm so happy to share this great news with you that we have got 100% student satisfaction. So they are very happy with ICD program, right? And now, so in terms of the employment, okay, in terms of the employment benefits, obviously, in Smurfit School, we're highly culturally diversified, okay? So UCD is the largest university in Ireland, and Smurfit School is the most culturally diversified in UCD. Now, you'll be working together with, both our students and international students. Now, in terms of the employment benefits are the same, okay? No matter where you are from, whether you're Irish or whether you're international students, okay? Now, so what are the employment benefits for both Irish and international students, basically for all our students, okay? Is that think about a year later after you graduate from Smurfit, or maybe in 5 years' time, So what are the employers? Who are they? What kind of company you want to work for, all right? So let me tell you. So there are two types of employers would in particularly value your development, your intercultural development. Let's say what the ICD program can provide for you. One is if, let's say, the companies you are going to work for are the companies, NGOs, or governments around the world who operate internationally. For example, Guinness, or what companies operate internationally? Google, Facebook, we have students going in there. And then, okay, or you're probably thinking about, okay, I want to go back to my country. I want to stay in Ireland, work for a national company. However, national companies and organizations who employ and serve an increasing diverse population. Yeah, for example, even, like Irish tea, like it's a national product, but you're serving a diverse population over here, right? So if any of the employers that you want to work fall into these categories, which pretty much capture 99% of all the employers there are, so then you will need ICD program. Okay, so ICD is really give you a really is add high value in terms of your intercultural development. Okay, now, so you might be thinking that what about the students, because the ICD program is now, this is the third year now, right? So we're in a position to look back in terms of the past 2 years, the ICD alumni, meaning that students who already completed ICD and who went on to get jobs now. Especially for the first year students, they already, completed ICD for 2 years now, right? So it means they've been working for 2 years. So the most recent ICD alumni survey indicate that 80% of the ICD alumni indicating that ICD actually helped them to have competitive edge in terms on their CV. Okay, so when the employer is screening for the CV, they get to be picked because ICD program is on there, right? And then when they're searching for a job, participate in interviews, because ICD is a great topic, actually. A lot of the employers show so much interest in the ICD program, right? And then give you advantage over graduates from other business programs, simply because they haven't gone through a systematic, kind of designed professional development like ICD, all right? Now, right, so what does employers say then? So, like I can sit there and blah, blah, blah all the time, but what about employers? What do they say? So we actually recently talked to Emma Scott. So she's a people partner from PwC, okay? PwC Ireland, all right? PwC. Now, so what she's saying is a really long quote, okay? So what she's saying is that cultural competence or intercultural competence, which I will explain a little bit later, okay? So that is one of the core competencies that ICD is going to help you develop. That is not the only one, but one of the core ones, okay? So what she's basically saying, right? And PwC is highly global, right? So what she's saying is that this is really important set of skills, because in the future, guys, in the future, the working mode is going to be hybrid model, okay? And this is one of the key skills for you to develop, all right? And she's talking about, okay, so in our company, a global company like PwC, you know, inclusive leadership, human skills, being able to work in diverse teams is a priority in PwC. Okay, so which means that they are looking for people when they're hiring, they're looking for people with these qualities, right? And then she goes on to talk about, okay, so inclusive, the benefits of inclusive workplace, you know, enables us to embrace the diversity and also better outcomes and things like that. So in a nutshell, basically, the ICD program, this kind of professional program, right? And the intercultural development is highly valued by employers, okay? Now, next one. So then, as I said, that ICD is really high demand. Okay, so let's just have an overview of the development. So the first year, you know, because ICD is self-enrolled in the first year, so 119 students enrolled. Second year, we have a record of 494, but this year we have 708 students self-enrolled. That is half of the Smurfit School. Okay, that's how popular it is because it is important, isn't it? Now, okay, now so in terms of the enrollment in next year, so when you are coming in as our student, okay, in 2021 and 2022, all Smurfit students will be automatically enrolled in ICD. So which means that you don't need to compete each other. There's no exams or anything because you are admitted or you admitted by the Smurfit School, which means that you're brilliant students already, right? So we want all the students to have this opportunity to access to the intercultural development opportunity because this opportunity is a great opportunity. We don't want any students to miss it, okay? So you will be automatically enrolled. However, you have the option of not to do anything about it, but I suggest you to, you know, just get on with your learning, you know, because you want to stand out, you want to get hired, yeah? Now, okay, so how does ICD program works then? As I said, that ICD is a professional development program, it's an intercultural training program, right? And we want to develop your 21st century skills by targeting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 key topics, okay? Now, first one is to look at your global and domestic intercultural competencies, okay? Global and domestic intercultural competencies, which means that you need these, whether you work in your own country or in a different country, okay? Same. Now, and then the second theme would be cross-cultural communication. How can you communicate effectively, cross-culturally? And then the third one is manage time and tasks, and then work effectively in traditional and virtual teams, because hybrid mode of working is the thing, is the way to go in the future, okay? And then the last but not least is the manage conflict, okay? These are the 5 key topics we're going to cover, and by, you know, in order to develop your key 21st century skills, okay? Now, so this is the timeline, all right? So, you know, timeline and certifications, all right? So ICD is a 2-term, so runs from trimester 1 to trimester 2. So it's only 2 terms. It's not the whole year, 2 terms, okay? So in Smurfit, we have 3 terms and ICD will finish within 2 terms. So which means that by the end of the 2nd term, you will be able to get your ICD certification as a formal recognition of your, you know, hard work, okay? Now, so in these 2 terms, all of those topics will be covered. You have 2 options, okay? Option number 1 is the green one. You can do the self-online paced learning, okay? So if that's the only thing you have time to do, don't worry about it because that is designed to give you flexibility. Now, so the green one, you finish A, the green one, the A one, you will be able to get ICD fundamentals certification, okay? However, if you are not satisfied with that, if you want go further, go higher, and then you can go for the advanced ICD certification. By the way, for your information, all the 3 students here today, Ilkem, David, and Lucy, they all have got advanced ICD certification, okay? Some of them have never missed. I think they have attended all the workshops there. Now, anyway, so coming back to ICD certification, in order to get advanced ICD certification, you need to finish the fundamentals, which is the green task, the online learning, and then you need to come in together with me, right, to do the in-person live workshops, okay? Now, so if you look at the fundamentals, how many hours do you need? So if you want to get fundamental ICD certification, you will need to set aside 6 hours in total. That's not a lot, but I suggest you to really commit this 6 hours of learning hours to your intercultural development, okay? So that is fundamentals, cover all the essential things that you need to know. Now, so in terms of advanced, if you want to qualify for advanced, you need to set aside minimum 12 hours in order to qualify for the advanced ICD certificate. I hope I explained enough, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in Q&A, okay? Now, this is just to, sorry, that's my name, okay? This is just a sample in terms of how, fundamentals and advanced ICD certificate look like, okay? It's pretty cool, isn't it, guys? Now, let's talk about the ICD committee, students committee, okay? As I mentioned before, today the 3 students representative, they're all part of the ICD student committee this year. And this is the first year we have the committee because we have such a huge volume of students in the program. So we need a team of students who really contributing to the community engagement and etc. And the photo showing on the screen on the left-hand side is a team effort. So it's a photo collage. Is my pronunciation correct? But anyway, you know what I mean. And then, so all the committee members are in there. It's really cute, isn't it? So if you look closely at it, it say, we love ICD, it's really cute. Now, so the ICD committee this year, okay, there are from 11 MSc programs, okay, and 8 nationalities and a true global team. Guys, if you want, while you're a master student at Smurfit School, if you want to have the first-hand experience working in a very active and really nice, true global team, and meet students from across different programs, which is one of the advantages of, study ICD as well, because you get to meet students from outside of your own program, Back to the student committee, if you are someone who is interested in this, I really recommend you to get involved, okay? Now, so in this year, we have communication, as Ilka mentioned. So she is the head of communication, looking after the LinkedIn, Instagram, all the social media accounts. And I must say that they have been doing an amazing job. Okay, so on LinkedIn, we have over 700 followers. And on Instagram, Ilka, on Instagram, how many followers we have? Over 150 at least, right?
Let me just correct that. Yeah, right now we are at 160.
Oh, perfect. Well done. Congratulations to the communication team. So if you're someone who's really interested in marketing, all of the social media stuff, you're welcome to join the communication team. And then we have your ICD news. So that is the regular newsletter, okay, sent through all the students. So from next year, all the Smurfit students will be automatically enrolled. So which means that, so the ICD news will be sending to all these students. And then we have events team, which Lucy and David are part of, and then we have engagement team, okay? So if you're interested in this, during orientation, and there's a webinar in August, actually, to all the offer holders, I will explain to you a little bit more in terms of that, but I think that's a really exciting opportunity for you to get involved, okay? So as I said, that all the Smurfit students will be automatically enrolled. So if you're serious about making an impact, and this is your opportunity to get involved, okay? Now, next one. So then, this is just welcome on board, guys, so in Smurfit School, we have 66 plus nationalities. So think about it, okay? So I think this will look really, really fantastic on your CV. Now, so thanks again to Ilkem, and her team for really sort of coming up with this great plan. So if you can scan, this QR code, this will bring you to a link that will bring you to all of these fantastic resources that if you want to get to know more about ICD, okay, you can either to watch ICD Program Overview or, the alumni testimonial. I really recommend you to watch the alumni testimonial, okay, because they went on, do amazing things at the moment. And then watch what does ICD mean to you, this really cute, creative little video, and also follow ICD on social media. Ilkem, if you have a minute, can you please share the link tree maybe in chat so that people can click it? Because I realize that some people might join us with their phone. They probably can't really scan it. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you, Ilkem. Thank you. Now, so, okay. Right, so there will be another ICD information webinar for incoming students, okay? I know this one is public because it's Smurfit Open Day. So in August, on August 16th, there will be ICD information webinar. I will give you a lot more information in terms of how exactly the 2-level works, the 2-level different certification and the ICD committee, etc. Okay, so then if you already got conditional offer or maybe offer from Smurfit School, you should have got an email from the program office already, okay? To register for this webinar. I highly recommend you to participate in this webinar because it's always nice to set yourself up. Okay, guys? All right. And again, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Now, guys, okay, I'm going to hand it over to our outstanding current students, okay, to share with you their experience. All right, guys? So how about this then? Ladies first. How about Ilkem and Lucy and then David? Is that okay, guys? Yeah, so please turn on your camera and then start sharing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Linda. So yeah, I'm Ilkem, I'm from Turkey, and I'm doing an MSc in Digital Marketing at UCD. And after applying to UCD, I heard that there's a program designed for intercultural competencies. And I knew then that I made the right choice with UCD, because as a person who has lived in many countries and traveled even more countries, diversity comes first. I love interacting with people from different backgrounds and cultures. And I also believe that with the globalization, we are facing more international and intercultural companies, as Linda mentioned before as well. So learning the key 21st century skills while putting them into practice, ICD really prepares us for life and the future. With ICD, as Linda mentioned, I also had a chance to do what I love and help a brand reach more people. As the head of communications at ICD, every day I work with a team of 15 people, and we look for ways to introduce ICD to more people, the prospect students like you. And the more people we reach, the more people we meet and interact with, which is an excellent benefit of ICD. Every workshop we meet with different people from UCD, whom we probably wouldn't have met if it wasn't for ICD, because let's be honest, with the pandemic, it's really hard to meet people. So in each lesson, we learn something new, and we have the chance to put it into practice in our classes and daily lives. And yes, ICD helps us with our courses as we work in groups on multiple projects throughout the year. But at the core, it just helps us to become better human beings, I feel like. And as Linda always says, ICD has a self-selection system. So the more work you put in, the more involved you get in with ICD, the better the outcome will be for you. And well, Linda, as you see, she's super energetic. She's an amazing educator. She's really transparent and understanding. And I feel really lucky that I get to be her student and I get to work with her. So I recommend ICD to all of you. Take advantage of this unique program, because I'm sure it will look great on your CV and it will teach you a lot. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Ilkem. I have tears in my eyes now. Thank you, Ilkem. And I just say, I want to say the same. You've been really, really great. You know what I mean? Have achieved so much as a student. So there's one of the students asked that, like whether we can complete this together with our full-time program. Obviously, you can. So do you want to say something about this, Ilkem?
Yeah, sure. ICD, it's something that you will feel like you want to do it. First of all, it's not mandatory. You do it because you want to do it. And it's just so much fun. You don't see it as another class and another like Zoom call that you have to get in with Linda there and with all those like different students from different programs. It's really fun. It doesn't feel like a class. It feels more like a voluntary event that you join in. You learn a lot, and then you practice a lot, like your skills, and then you meet new people. It's an amazing atmosphere there.
Thank you, Ilkem. So I think what Ilkem was talking about really sort of that the key thing is that you need to see the value of ICD, which I already explained why you should do it. And there's a lot of value in it. The biggest value is to help with your academic study and your employment, really, personal growth, all of that. And then you would want to invest in yourself, and then actually, I think I actually learned this phrase from David. David told me that, it's us investing in ourselves, isn't it? So then, ICD is very flexible. So if you're aiming for fundamentals, so you can do it whenever you want. It's completely online self-study. You can do it over the weekend if you want. Then if you're aiming at, the advanced ICD, okay, so the timetables, there are flexibility in terms of the time slots. You can choose which time slot suits you. You know what I mean? So you can completely do this together with your full-time MSc program, okay? Now, next one is Lucy. After Lucy is David. Thank you, Lucy.
Hi everyone. So my name is Lucy. I'm in the MSc in Marketing program at the moment, and I'm from County Clare. So I first applied for ICD because around this time last year, I had an interview and they asked me for an example of cross-cultural communication, and I didn't know what to say. I ended up talking about this one time when I went on holidays, and obviously that wasn't relevant at all. So when I got offered my place in Smurfit, I applied straight away for ICD because I knew that it would help me this time round, and it definitely did. When it was actually the same interview again for the same company and same job. So when that question came around this year, I was prepared for it, and I had so many examples to give. And I think I ended up talking about ICD for about half of the interview, because it's the perfect example of your teamwork skills, your organization, adaptability, flexibility. The list goes on, and I don't think it ever ends. So I definitely think that played a massive role in me getting the job that I have for September. So I think that if you are looking towards a multinational company, or if you're looking to relocate into another city, I think ICD would be invaluable to you, not just to boast about in your interview or on your CV, but because of the skills that you learn from that as well. And then I was co-chair on the events committee, which I loved. It gave me a lot of experience as well in the organization and teamwork. I had a brilliant team, and David was part of it too. And it just helped with the social side of things. We weren't really on campus this year, and it was difficult to meet people from other cohorts. Like the majority of my friends are just from my MSc in marketing. So this gave me a chance to meet new people and make lifelong friends, I hope. So yeah, I definitely recommend it.
First of all, really congratulations, Lucy. I am so proud of you. Seriously, I'm not surprised that you got the job. You're just amazing. You have achieved so much this year. And isn't this a perfect example? Isn't it? It's like in the movies or the same employer, but the second time you did this and you got it. Really well done, Lucy. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. And thank you again, okay, on behalf of all the students that I think the social and events team have done an amazing job. Really, really amazing. Thank you so much, Lucy.
No problem.
Okay, David, it's your turn now, David.
Hey, how's it going? I feel like I'll probably echo a lot of the sentiments of the girls, but maybe you might pick something up from my own story. So I was kind of told before beginning my master's to jump in with both feet, try every extracurricular available, as you never know where the opportunity will arise. Kind of ICD is an accreditation. It's excellent on your CV, but to actively participate in the committee is a reward in itself. I think due to the pandemic, we were kind of unable, like Lucy was saying, we're unable to meet up with many of our classmates and peers. So to be involved in the organization of online events obviously gave me the opportunity to make friends and expand my network beyond people that I would normally have ever gotten a chance to meet. I think even if I was on campus in general, because I don't know, I'd never really struck myself as being very extracurricular in my undergrad, but I really kind of branched out this year and it's really stood to me. I think possibly maybe an example that I could give of some of the events that we've organized as part of the events team. So the first one I was involved with was like a cocktail making night, very relaxed, very comfortable, just an opportunity to kind of get to know the people on the course. A lot of fun. It's not all business, but there is kind of like that element to it. So the second event that we kind of organized was like an online networking speed dating with previous alumni who were working in the fields that we were kind of entering. So it really gives you a good opportunity to speak to people who've been there, who've done that, who can give you solid practical advice about where to go, what questions to ask, how to do well in interviews. So it really does stand to you. And I think Linda is really a big help to the whole thing. She's very on the ball with what you have to do, when you have to do it, and how you can do it. Everything on Brightspace is so clear. It's so simple. All of her videos show you step by step. It's in your own hands. And like Linda said, as I've said to her, it's an investment in yourself and your own CV and your own abilities. So yeah, I think it kind of really stands to you. I had one more thing kind of covered. Yeah, so with my own kind of experience, I moved over to London this summer to do an internship. And in both of the interviews, so I have a job to come back to in Dublin in GT, but the London interview and the GT interview both specifically asked intercultural experiences. And I think it kind of stands out more in London, maybe more so in Dublin. Obviously, Dublin has more internationals, but when you're in a big city like this, everybody comes from somewhere else, and it really stands to you that not only are you aware of those kind of intercultural competencies so you don't offend anybody, but also in a practical sense that you can work effectively with teams and how to get the best results out of people. So again, it's just a really practical and enjoyable course.
Oh, wow, David. Oh, my goodness. Really well articulated, huh? Really well done. Thank you so much, David. And congratulations again for getting the the internship and the job, isn't it? I'm just so delighted to hear how positive role the ICD has played in there, isn't it? And thank you so much for all your hard work together with the girls and other boys as well. David is not the only boy on the committee. Thank you so much, guys. You made huge contribution. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. And to summarize what David said, so ICD, thank you so much for your endorsement, David, in terms of my design of the self-paced learning and also the endorsement in terms of the workshops, things like that. So it's very easy for you to understand, so it's very easy to follow and interactive. Okay, so I think now I'm going to hand it over to Kathy. There are some key questions, isn't it?
That's right, Linda, and thank you so much for your presentation, and to Ilkham, David and Lucy for the great contributions. A couple of questions came in, Linda. I think you've covered off one of them about the course being available alongside the completion of your full-time MSc while you're here.
Yeah.
One question related to that is, how do people register to participate in the course?
So basically, as I mentioned that, from next year, okay, so the year that you guys are coming in, you'll be automatically enrolled. You don't need to register because we want to make sure that no students miss the opportunity, okay? Great. So in the past 3 years, including this year, there's students say that, hey, I want to do ICD, but it's a little bit too late because ICD is finished and they're not enrolled, you know what I mean? So from next year, all the students will be automatically enrolled, and it's flexible enough for you to do together with your full-time program.
Perfect. The workshops you mentioned, Linda, you mentioned 12 hours. So how many workshops does that actually entail over the course of the 3 trimesters or 2 trimesters?
Yeah. So basically, each of the workshop is 2 hours. Okay, each of the workshop is 2 hours. Now, first of all, let me clarify. There are 2 levels of ICD certification. One is fundamentals. So for fundamentals, all you need to do together over the 2 terms, you only need to spend 6 hours, but it's 6 serious learning hours. Okay. Now for advanced level, over the 2 terms, not each term, but over the 2 terms, you need to spend minimum 12 hours. The reason why I say this is because each of the workshops, so there are in total 7 workshops, right? In total 7 workshops, but you need to attend at least 3 to qualify the advanced level. So that is how the hours add up. But if you want to attend all 7 workshops, it's a matter of math. You can add yourself. You know what I mean? Each workshop is 2 hours, so 7 workshops will be 14 hours plus your fundamentals. That will be 20 hours. Yeah.
Perfect.
Is it clear?
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm conscious we're running out of time, Linda, and it's been a really great session. Just one thing that struck me is, obviously you've mentioned that it's about professional development, and listening to yourself, Lucy, David and Ilkham, it's clearly about personal development also as well, and building those soft skills for the workplace. I don't know if perhaps David, Ilkham or Lucy want to maybe comment on that, and it's terrific to hear how beneficial it's been from a job search point of view. But I mean, it's very much about, I think personal development also, and having that opportunity is a really unique offering here at Smurfit.
Absolutely. David, Lucy, you can turn your camera on, okay? Even if you don't want to say anything, but it's lovely to see your beautiful faces. Do you have anything else to add, guys, in terms of what Kathy said, in terms of the personal development?
I definitely agree with what you said, Kathy. As I mentioned in my little description earlier, it gave me like so many soft skills that I didn't realize I hadn't obtained in my undergrad. But I think the most important one was confidence. I definitely didn't have it coming out of my undergrad. I probably had some skills, but I didn't even realize I had them. So I definitely think that ICD Events Committee, and also just you, Linda, helped me to progress in that regard, and it definitely helped me getting the job this year. So thank you for that.
You're very welcome, Lucy. And guys, I mean, you have made it this happen for yourself. Going back to what David said at the very beginning to me, I'm quoting David, is how much you want to invest in yourself. And David, I must say that I was a little bit surprised to hear that you told me that you were not as active in terms of cocurricular as in your undergraduate, because you're amazing this year, have done so much. All of you guys have done so much. So it's more like the more you invest in yourself, the more you get. It's as simple as that, like what Ilkim said. It's really a self-selection process. Yeah, think about how much and how much time you want to invest. And also there's another question, isn't it? I'm coming in, where do I join? Okay, Arena. Yeah, so basically that's going back to my answer before. All of you guys will be enrolled automatically. Okay, isn't that great news? Now, but let's say within the first 2 terms, if you don't see ICD on your Brightspace, that is an online learning platform, and do let your program manager know. But I think that, it's a school decision and there is no exception. Everybody will be automatically enrolled. Okay.
Great. And again, just to answer that final question that came in, there is no limit on availability. Everybody will get the opportunity to do it. So hopefully that's clear for everyone.
That's right. Oh, so, Kathy. Super. Kathy, just quickly, sorry, I'm conscious of time. Yeah. So in terms of the fundamentals, there is no limit in terms of number, but in terms of advanced level, there is limit, because the advanced level, you really need to sort of, being able to qualify the task and then being able to register for the workshop, which I will explain more to you during the information webinar that I mentioned on the 16th of August. That is only for students with offers. Okay. So only for incoming students. I will explain to you exactly what's going to happen. So there is no limit. There is no limitation in terms of fundamentals, but there is a limit in terms of advanced level. Okay, guys.
For the workshops. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Workshops.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you all so much, and thanks to all our attendees who've been with us this morning. So we'll say thanks to Linda, Ilkim, David, and Lucy once again.
Thank you so much, guys. And thank you very much, Kathy. Thank you, everyone.